This matter has been already settled in Nepal.
I realize that. What I'm trying to determine is whether or not you make it a practice to give spiritual advice unqualified as you are, and in what that advice consists.
The advice I give does not extend to the areas where left to the doctors of theology.
There you go again, assuming the very little thing where we are to judge. Will you kindly tell us more about this matter?
As you wish. The crux of the matter was this. These two women wanted to travel throughout the whole world, ministering to the sick, sometimes in one hospital, sometimes another. They were quite taken on by the idea, but I kept trying to talk them out of it. Well, because the daughter was young and very beautiful, I thought that they would find more than enough to do right there in Alcala. But they wouldn't listen. And when they set out for Jane, Dr. Sivella thought that I was to blame.
Was that the extent of your advice?
No more, no less.
Nevertheless, the best advice you can give to church are qualified patient.
If it please your reverence, may I suggest that it requires no degree in theology to take danger in the desire of a young, beautiful girl and a mother to travel on unprotected roads. As quoted, a bit of common sense serves nicely.
That maybe. But still you touch on matters of faith, now and then. It's inescapable.
Indeed, but only the simple things of faith. No subtleties, no intricacies, only the bread and wine of the 10 Commandments.
It would be interesting to hear what your usual explanation of the 10 Commandments. The first, for instance.
I don't know what the doctors have to say on the subject.
But I do, and I would like very much to know about what you have to say.
As you wish. I am the Lord thy God. I am. Before Abraham was, I am. Never a time when I was not. Never a time when I will not be. Now, and always now. Before the world began, and after it shall cease to be, I am. God then is first, the principle, the source, the spring. Because his word that made the world, the breath of his lips that people live, the same God who sat in the darkness, let light shine out, has given a light in our heart, and by that light, the Savior, what he is, greater and Lord, fearless majesty, Father of the world to come, everywhere like a perfume. God has spread the knowledge of himself, sharp, impinging knowledge, reaching between joints and marrow, flesh and bone, down to the inner depth of our being. Thus, there is no excuse for a man who will not let in the light, no excuse for a man who, having the knowledge of God, fastens for himself out of the crucible clay, a God of his own. Every creature that man makes to be God cries out toward him, I'm not God. Not make it. I cannot satisfy forever.
And quite enough, you are not quite enough.
But I have not finished.
As far as this lesson is concerned, you have. And it will be better to say all the night Margaret, all other day. Sit down.
You are the talk of the town, Lord Inigo. It is not quite often that Salamander enjoys his jail. And when one occurs, she expects all his prisoners to take advantage of him. The news of that one death was still in his prison next morning. His doors hung off, his chains broken, created quite a stir.
I could not go and leave my name on trial.
Then I think you'll be pleased to hear our decision. We found neither error in your doctrines. You are the talk of the town, Lord Inigo. It is not quite often that Salamander enjoys his jail. And when one occurs, she expects all his prisoners to take advantage of him. The news of that one death was still in his prison next morning. His doors hung off, his chains broken, created quite a stir.
I could not go and leave my name on trial.
Then I think you'll be pleased to hear our decision. We found neither error in your doctrines nor evil in your life. So you may continue to do as you have done in past, talking and teaching about the things of God. It is true that we would be better pleased had you avoided all this novelty in your discourse.
I speak of Christ and Christians. Where is novelty?
But even looked in his seat might make sacred. But however, I must say that I have no doubt in this regard that your intentions are beyond reproach. But there is only one restriction I must make. It is this. You must not try to determine at any time what a venial sin is and what a mortal sin is until you have studied theology for at least another 4 years.
I will do as you command, of course. But I cannot approve of your decision. Didn't you say that you found nothing to condemn in my teaching?
Had you found anything to condemn on you? You'd surely heard.
As you would, your reverence. If your teaching were heretical.
Why? Yes, I guess I would.
Then why do you close my lips if you found nothing to condemn?
We don't close the lips. You may continue to teach as I have said. The only restriction is that you must not try to divide the delicate lines between venial and mortal sin.
Is the line so delicate? What I try to do is help people look into their hearts and see what is it that they really want.
Help them, by all means, help them. But I must insist that you leave their sins to some clarified confessions.
Very well, your reverence. So as long as I remain under your jurisdiction, I will do as you command.
So long as you remain? Are you saying that you may believe in Salamander?
I think it would be better, yes.
But where will you go? Can't you study here? There are many people who will be sorry to see you leave. Yes, many people who have profited. I happen to know by your presence here.
The people of Salamanca have been very good to me, but I have decided to go to Paris for my studies.
To Paris? With France and Spain at war? The French, I understand, have made a practice of roasting alive. Any Spaniard unlucky enough to fall into their hands.
The French and I have met before. At any rate, it's settled in my mind. I will go to Paris.
I hope that you reconsider. There is much that you can do here in Salamanca.
Another time, perhaps. May I have your blessing, Father?
Very well then. Benedictio Dei Omnipotentis, Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti, descendet super te et Maria Sancti.
Amen.
I predict more trouble for you, Don Inigo, but even greater glory.
The greater glory belongs to God.
What will you do with all along spear? When we finish disputing whether the pig is left the market by the man who holds the string or by the string that holds the pig?
I say it's neither. I say it's the pig that lifts the man who holds the string.
Only a scholar of the great University of Paris could answer with such brilliance.
There was a time when I was so restless. I used to weep with longing. A little shepherd from Savoy who deserted his docile seat for a flock of unruly ambition. And now I'm here like you. I wonder what will I do? Shall I be a lawyer, a doctor, or a teacher? Shall I get married or become a monk?
All I know is that I want to climb high. High as a man can go.
As churchman or statesman?
Either one, but it's got to be high.
Is that why you are so concerned about that certificate of nobility?
Right you are. The family is trying to arrange a fire canonry for me in the diocese of Pamplona. After all, a man has to go to start somewhere in the ladder. But the cathedral chapter requires a certificate of nobility declaring Don Francisco de Xavier to be a nobleman of the kingdom of Navarre and Hidalgo on both his father and his mother's side. It will be nice to see him black and white and stamped with the emperor seal. But sometimes I'm not sure about their fire cannon. What if I end up being just a fire cannon?
I'm trying to picture it.
Oh, I could do worse. I could end up like that new roommate of ours.
At least he knows what he wants.
Who? Don Himself. Hell, it's easy enough to know what you want when you cut ambition down to bravery. It's a disgrace to the vast nobility.
You wrong him greatly, Francisco.
That runs in the family. Both my brothers were in siege that broke his leg at Pamplona.
At least they met him in the battle.
So, what do you want me to do? Fight him?
Come to think of it, you are fighting him, except you are keeping your distance.
What's that supposed to mean?
Francisco, are you thinking of moving to another room?
Who told you that?
Miguel.
I might have known the servant of mine.
It's true then.
He's the one that brought it up. No, I have no intention of moving to another room. Not just yet, and yes, I have been keeping my distance. Somewhat, but it's not that we never talk. Haven't you seen us talking? It is just that I don't see him that often. Our schedules are different, but we talk, alright? Do you know what he said to me the other day? Well, not to me exactly, but for my benefit, you might say, what does it profit you if you gain the whole world and support the loss of your soul?
Yes.
That was the end of that conversation.
He's quoting, you know.
Of course I know. Mark 8:36 to be exact.
Oh, so you looked it up.
What if I did? What I understand by it, what he understands by it are two different things. One of us is probably heretical, and it's not me. He's the one that keeps getting reported to the Inquisition. Like the scandal over those three fools who made these so-called spiritual exercises and proceeded to sell their books and whatever they had, just to follow him into that poorhouse where he used to live. It is good thing that they had some friends to bring them back to their senses.
But don't forget that he himself ordered them back to their studies.
I know. And he went of his own accord to the Inquisition without waiting to be summoned.
And the Inquisitor dismissed him without blame.
It is becoming an art routine. That last time, wasn't the first time. They say it was the third.
And his third proof of innocence. As far as I am concerned, it's not likely that a man so utterly selfless, so sensitive to the needs of the others.
What's that got to do with it? Anyway, I don't think much of his kind of sensitivity. Whenever he tries to help somebody with his right hand, you can almost bet he's hurting somebody with his left.
How do you mean?
Well, take the time he went into that plague-infested house.
He went there with Dr. Fagwood to see if it really was the plague.
I don't care why he went. The fact of the matter is that he touched the man who had the plague.
To console him?
I'll grant you that. To console the poor man who takes his hand into his own sensitive right. But with his unthinking left, he was putting my life and yours in danger. He could have contaminated the whole college. Did he ever think of that? They should have locked him out, not just for a week, but for good.
If you are so concerned about the contamination, Francisco, those places you visit at night with Master Benito.
That's entirely different.
Yes, it is. The plague at least cannot touch the soul.
What? Now wait a minute, dear. The soul. Is it my soul you are worried about? You too? What's all this sudden concern about my soul? Are you two discussing me behind my back?
No, not the way we have been discussing it. But you can hardly expect us not to notice you when you disappear every night after the lights out.
Not every night.
Every other night, especially since the rector's been away.
And what do you imagine I do? Come and see. Why don't you? Haven't I asked you to come with me? If we have roosters among us, we may share a goblet or two at the pineapple. Join in the chorus at noon sing the blues, a play a game of pool, and maybe scrimmage a bit at the fact parties with the English or the Germans. That's all. Nothing more.
Nothing more, Francisco? Then how do you account those sorts on Master Benito's face?
Alright. So sometimes Benito makes another stop at that house by the image of the Virgin. And some of the boys from St. Barbara go with him. I never have. And my fear of infection is strong enough to make sure that I never do.
Francisco, to put yourself in such a box.
I never get close, I tell you. But last night, no, night before last, three of the girls came into the tavern while we were there. We made room for them at our table. And one of them, I could tell, was new to the game. And while the other two were holding the fort, I managed to ask her a few questions. She was only 14, she said. Her mother is a prostitute. She was born in that house. She was raised in the house. And now, she works in that house.
Poor child, as if she had no choice in that matter.
Maybe it's all an illusion after all.
What?
Our freedom. There are some who think that, you know, that you are damned or saved, no matter what you do. Turn along, hurry up, or you'll be late for your lecture.
What time is the high jumping match this afternoon?
5 o'clock.
I'll be there.
Pierre, thanks.
Good morning, Miguel.
Good morning, Master Pierre.
I have earned a title yet, Miguel.
You have done everything, but pay for it.
A mere formality. Me, I've still got a year's worth to do on my bachelor's.
Good luck, see you both at the match.
You are
I
late.
hope you won't let him get to you with the scruples of his Francisco.
You are late, I said.
I wasn't late. I've been standing outside the door, waiting for Master Pierre to finish.
You have been what? You have been standing out there listening, haven't you?
Not listening, but I could not get overhearing. And you were having such a lively conversation, I did not want to interrupt.
That's very thoughtful of you.
As for that meddler, Don Inigo, it did my heart good to have you act in the way you did. Just keep on keeping your distance, Francisco.
You must have been overhearing for quite a long time.
The man's crazy, if you ask me.
Nobody asked you.
They must have burned him at the stake.
Have you finished?
One thing more. When I told Master Pierre that you were planning on moving out of here,
Oh, yes. Thanks for reminding me. Miguel, if you are listening carefully, you must have me bow vengeance upon her for the latest piece of activity.
no, Francisco, please, Francisco. Xavier energy for the match this afternoon. You are up against the Swiss, remember? And he's as tall as the Alps. Besides, I have a letter for you.
Is it a certificate of nobility? Hardly. That would bear the emperor's seal.
But it's from your brother, isn't it?
Yes.
God be praised. How much is he sending?
He says he got my letter asking for the certificate and the money.
And
He promises to see out the certificate.
what about the money?
Lots of love, but no money.
Damnation, that brother of yours. How he warms my heart. In your next letter, make sure he kisses his hand for me. Write it now, why don't you? Tell him how poor you are. I will languish when he sits in the lap of luxury.
That's enough, Miguel.
It's not enough. But I can be patient, Master. You ought to know that by now. You have a great name, Don Francisco de Xavier, and 2 degrees is the best in the face of any university of the world. You won't stop at the same question you have now. Oh no, not you. You climb high, as you always say, high, and who knows how high that will be.
And you'll climb with me, huh, Miguel?
Of course I'll climb with you.
Like, you'll have good weather for a match this afternoon, Don Francisco.
The sky has cleared for you.
Well, that's something.
I'll be going now. By the way, Master Bertus said to tell you.
No, not tonight.
It's the money.
No, I said. Miguel, about the salary, as soon as most students start coming to my lectures, you will be the first to profit by it.
Okay. In the meantime, don't fork anybody.
Excuse me, Don Francisco. I couldn't help but overhear. With your permission, I could lend you a few ducats.
Thanks for the offer, Don Inigo, but I wouldn't consider it. One date is as bad as another.
A gift then. You're wondering how, I suppose. Well, as you know, I spent a month or so in London this past summer, and was lucky enough to make very good friends among the Spanish merchants. They were more than generous in providing for my education. They made me promise that in return, I will be generous to others. So, you can help me keep that promise, Don Francisco. If only you'd be good enough to accept something what they gave me.
Really? I don't think that No, I cannot. You owe me nothing.
Even if that were true, what difference would it make? Did Christ owe us his blood?